welcome back. So, no, it's been a little while since I've done Star Trek Online, so we're gonna get back into it. I think it's one more. Okay, now we can start crafting. Alright. Last mission in the Borg Advanced. The data you recovered from the Borg cube indicates the Borg have established a foothold in Undine space. The Undine seem to make very little distinction between the alien races. It's quite possible the Borg presence is causing their aggressive behavior. War with the Undine threatens to engulf the Alpha and Beta quadrants, and while it could be glorious, it's not a battle we need to fight today. Therefore, we have to set aside our enemy, the Federation, to assemble an expedition to remove the Borg presence from fluidic space. We found a system where the fabric of the two dimensions are breaking down. This is our best shot at creating a stable quantum singularity. The expedition will include a Starfleet vessel USS Voyager, commanded by Admiral Tuvok. We have shared the data you received from the Borg cube. Tuvok believes you can create an artificial singularity. Your orders are to cross into fluidic space, locate the Borg, and destroy them. Try not to provoke the Undine. It is not your day to die. But perhaps today is a good day to die.
Welcome to the CUDA system. I am Admiral Tuvok of the USS Voyager. I will provide tactical assistance on this mission.
It's a privilege, Admiral. Even in the Klingon Empire, we have heard the stories of the Voyager's travels.
Thank you. Your meteoric rise through the ranks is well known to me as well. Sensors indicate the division between normal and fluidic space is thinner here, making crossing much easier. The Undine have used this location in the past. We will use it now. The majority of the fleet will remain here to protect this area. Our team will enter fluidic space, locate, and then survey the Borg presence there. If possible, we will destroy it. When you are ready, Voyager will open the singularity.
Open the singularity, Admiral Tuvok.
We have made a successful transition into fluidic space. Unlike our own, this dimension is filled with an organic fluid. The main indigenous life form is species 8472. Sensors are detecting a Borg signature nearby. Your vessel will take the lead in the investigation. We will follow.
Acknowledged. We'll take point and find the source of the signal. Sir, we're being affected by a wave-like current in fluidic space, which is causing our ship to move involuntarily. I wish we had more time to study this phenomenon. Acknowledged. Sir, is a kind of Borg device I recommend we approach and get a closer scan. Sensors indicate this is an interplexing beacon, sir. The Borg must not be able to transmit their subspace frequencies. It's easily through the organic fluid that compromises fluidic space. These relays are boosting the signal to allow communication with the collective in normal space. This means we should be able to follow these beacons to the Borg foothold here. Set a course for the next beacon. Oh, down there. Data acquired, sir. There appears to be a total of 5 interplexing beacons in this sequence. Next one is just ahead. Set a course for the beacon. The Harmaster is speaking appears to be picking up a subspace transmission from within fluidic space with a Cleon Defense Force signature. I recommend we investigate, Captain. Another ship of the fleet may require assistance. Agreed. Set a intercept course for the source of the signal.
We've been examining the data on the interplexing beacons, and we believe we may have discovered a vulnerability in the Borg subspace carrier wave technology. If it's acceptable to you, I would like the Venture to remain here and run some tests while you investigate the signal. We may not get another opportunity.
That is acceptable. We will investigate the signal while the Venture remains here.
This landmass is unique in fluidic space. It is not a planet by Starfleet definitions. If I had to categorize it, I would say it is similar to the coral reefs found in Earth's oceans. The ground itself is a framework for living creatures. Fascinating. We are detecting a number of ships in the area. Starfleet, Klingon Defense Force, Romulan Republic, even Ferengi and Cardassian. Most species from the Alpha and Beta quadrants appear to be represented.
Curious, these ships have identical configurations to the ships found in Alpha and Beta quadrants, but they cannot have been constructed there. I'm detecting alloys are not used in standard ship construction. Run a metallurgical analysis. Aye, sir, running analysis now. The alloys correspond to technology found on Iconia and in recovered Iconian technology. But why would the Iconians make fake ships? I intend to find out. Sir, I'm detecting a fleet coming through a gateway opening, and a large fleet coming through. On screen. Those must be more Iconian frauds. The Undine are destroying them. Sir, we're picking up an incoming distress call from the USS Venture. On screen.
Captain Simmons to Voyager. The Borg are here. We're taking heavy fire and need immediate assistance.
Set a course for the Venture, maximum speed. Dr. Cooper was in an escape pod, Captain. He wants to speak to you from the transporter room. Patch him through.
I never should have come on this mission. I'm a scientist, not an explorer. Take me out of this awful place right now.
Calm down for a second and talk to me. What
The Borg
happened?
attacked and we had to abandon ship. We were floating here, waiting, and then Undine. They came out of nowhere, tore through us like tissue paper. We shouldn't have invaded their space. They're so strong. We're weak. Please take me out of here.
What about Captain Simmons? She's not in escape pods.
I don't know. It all happened so fast. She insisted on being the last one to leave the ship. I don't even know if she made it out alive. Now, can we leave?
I'm sorry, Dr. Cooper, but we have a mission to complete. Beacon scans here. Coordinates of Flight Beacon has been downloaded. This beacon is handling a significant amount of traffic, sir. This beacon should give us information we need. Yep, there's a unit complex. This is the final beacon. I have the coordinates of the Borg fleet. We're very close. Shields up. Proceed with caution. Engage cloaking device.
The Borg
Battle
presence is
alert.
much larger than we anticipated. Nevertheless, our orders are to remove as much of it as possible. Voyager will follow your lead.
Acknowledged. We're going in.
Four shields failing. Rear shield failing. Target shield has failed. Right shield's failing. Four shields failing. Rear shield's failing. Left shield's failing.
Come on, get up there.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target shields have failed.
The diamond is jamming our deflector rays to Harmaster. We must destroy it before we can retreat. Sensors detecting Undine fleets converging on this location. We cannot fight them and the Borg. Okay, where is the diamond? Down there.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Core shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Rear shields failing. Rear shields failing. Right shields failing. Core shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Hull integrity below 50%.
Ah, dang it.
Ship is under attack. Target shield is failing.
Opening singularity now. I recommend we immediately draw.
Core shields failing.
I agree, Tuvok. Let's get out of here. You know, let this cutscene play out. I'll be right back.
We need to report to our respective commands immediately. We thought that the Undine were responding to a Borg incursion into their space, but it now appears that the Iconians, or some entity posing as them, has created false Alpha and Beta Quadrant ships and sent them into fluidic space. Clearly, the Undine attacked us because they thought we attacked them first.
I'm starting to see the bad news.
There is some good news. The spread of the Borg nanovirus has halted, and thanks to the Doctor's research, we should be able to prevent future planets from being assimilated in this manner. The Borg will adapt in time, but we have also stopped them from transmitting the technique for Undine assimilation to the Collective. It is possible they could learn how to do so again. We will need to remain vigilant.
What about the Borg in fluidic
The Borg
space?
in fluidic space were forced to retreat, and logic suggests it will be quite some time before they trouble the Undine again. The end of the Borg attacks in their home might stop the Undine advance into our space. But if the Iconians continued to trick Species 8472 with false incursions, they could decide to invade ours in retaliation.
What happens
Voyager
now?
will take Dr. Cooper and the other survivors back to Earth. I suggest that we all confer with our fleet commanders to determine the next course of action. We have not seen the last of the Undine.
Understood. Until next time, Admiral. We may not have been able to remove the Borg presence in fluidic space, but it looks like the Undine will. In time, perhaps we can reach out to them. They are formidable warriors, who will be mighty allies for the Empire. However, I find your report of false flagships in fluidic space troubling. If the Iconians try to trick the Undine into believing that we're invading their space, it could explain everything that's happened. When our space is breached, we attack and eliminate our aggressors. The Undine will respond in a similar fashion, and our dimensions will be their battleground. Alright. Time to start the new Romulus. The Harbor Master, a group of our people are trying to create a new homeworld. Sela's capital city has erupted into fighting since she disappeared. So-called saviors struggle for power. The new ones rise and fall every day. We are witnessing the end of the days of an empire. I belong to a group of Romulans who, like you, want to survive. With our leader Titan, we are throwing off the shackles of our past. We reject secrecy and deceit in favor of democracy and cooperation. In creating a new world, we will remake our culture. We found a planet we call Mol Rihan, or New Romulus in our mother's tongue. It can be ours, but we have much to do before we can truly call it a home. Our government has authorized me to ask you for your assistance. Our people have been in strife for too long. Can you look past our history and help us build a new world? You'll have my support. Our master, we're ready to beam down to New Romulus at your command. Romulans are suggesting you bring a small away team. Okay, I'll bring Thorak, my healer.
We have the strength now. With the help of Starfleet and the Empire, we could destroy what's left of the Tal Shiar. We would be safe.
There are too few of us left to fight amongst ourselves. Military action should be our last option.
I don't see how talking to them will be enough. But I'm a warrior, not a politician. If my people are to find a home here, there must be a leader capable of building a new future. Of looking past our differences to find harmony. You are that leader, Deton.
Since I was a child, hiding in the sewers of the capital with the reunificationists, I have worked toward the day when the Romulans would once again walk beside their Vulcan brothers and sisters. Before that can happen, we need to rebuild. We need a home to replace what was lost, to see past our grief and find acceptance. We need to reconcile with the Remans and end the centuries of strife and oppression. The fate of both our peoples rests here. We either create a new homeworld out of the ashes, or we wither and die. Thank you for agreeing to assist us. I'm grateful that both the Federation and the Empire have temporarily put aside their differences to help create a new Romulus. This proves that unification is possible, both for my people and for yours. We're building a new home here. Romulans and Remans can't continue on like nothing has changed. Everything is different. We are a changed people. The loss of Romulus wounded us greatly, but that wound will not be fatal. There is a great deal of work to do before we can truly call this our new home. But with your help, I know Mold Rihan, or New Romulus in your language, will someday be as great as what we lost. Kylor is in charge of the staging area. He can give you more information about what we need. There's much to do, and little time. We left our first home to remain free. We lost our adopted home to treachery. May this world be the home we have sought for so long. A place where our descendants can live in peace.
Except New Ramblers is not my language. Thank you for coming to New Ramblers, Dahar Master. Since the destruction of the Romulan homeworld, Romulan space has been unstable. We've done our best to keep the situation contained, but as Kayla said, an unpredictable enemy is the most dangerous foe. Romulans have been blinded by pain and rage, lasting out at anyone who is foolhardy enough to approach. Normally we would not concern ourselves with yet another attempt to unify the Romulan people like Datan is doing here. The High Council, however, sees this one differently. Datan has managed to gain support of the Remans, something ourselves are still working to do. Datan has the strength of conviction, does not want to build a military empire. In short, he does not want to be our enemy. We have a chance here to cut the head off of a snake. The Romulans changed their ways. We will eliminate one of our most dangerous enemies while a single blow. There is once a time when our people and Romulans were allies. It could happen again with your help. I'm looking forward to working with the Romulan Republic. Empire needs you to be our representative to the Romulan people.
Let me brief you on the situation here. We're building a new city here, at the site where people first landed on this world more than 2,000 years ago, after the Sundering. Our Reman friends will take the lower levels, where they can feel most at home. We'll use the staging area as a landing site for shuttlecraft, and a place to coordinate construction and future shipping. Many of our records were lost with the homeworld. But what we do have indicates that there was a battle here before the colony ships left to find Romulus.
You found what could be
The Sword of the Raptor Star, one of our most revered artifacts.
here on this world.
There's still much we need to learn about this world and its inhabitants. This creature, for example, how did it adapt to the radiation that until recently made this world unsuitable for colonization? Recent scans are showing the radiation falling into manageable levels. With modern technology and your assistance, this should be a place where the Romulan and Reman people can thrive for generations to come. We've found ruins that date back to the Sundering, and beneath them, signs of what may be a much older civilization. Who lived here eons ago? What happened to them? We're doing what we can, but we can't do it alone. If you're here to help, I'll get you started.
I have a mic, Nico. It's just I don't talk during cutscenes. I didn't want to do that. There seems to be a recording taken from the hidden cameras within the capital city itself. There's a message on it addressed to you. I have to for your beloved Nico. Yeah, I know, Nico.
I'll be going now, unless you need anything else. Do you want me to bring you something to eat?
No. No, thank you. I'll see you in the morning.
Proconsul, may we speak?
How did you get in here?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sub-Commander Kiana, and I
Oh yeah,
represent
still playing GTA.
certain individuals interested in the future of the Romulan people.
Don't patronize me. You mean the Tal Shiar.
If you want to be blunt, yes.
What do you want, Sub-Commander?
An agreement that will benefit us both. You agree to allow us to advise you on the governing of
Nico.
this colony, and in return we will do all we can to assist you with any complications that may arise.
You want to play Kingmaker. I'm no king, and deals made in the dark never end well. If you want to open negotiations, contact my office during business hours.
You know as well as I do that would be pointless. There's too much bad blood, and the Federation and the Klingons would never agree. I'd be lucky to leave the negotiations alive. Hakiv's death and the disappearance of the Empress has left my organization at loose ends. The Tal Shiar needs a strong leader. You have the trust of the Klingons, Starfleet, the Remans. Just imagine what you could do with our help.
Are you trying to bribe me?
Merely presenting options. A wise man would see that this is his best, his only option.
I was instructed by the wisest of men, Sub-Commander. Spock taught me that openness and truth have more power than secrets. I want all Romulans to unite, even the Tal Shiar. But it can only happen in the light of day.
I'll give you time to reconsider. We have similar goals to Tan. You want to rebuild Romulan power. So do we. Think about it. We will speak again.
Computer, give me everything we have on the Tal Shiar.
What do you think left us that recording, Dahar Master? Whoever it was, it's obvious someone wants us to know everything that's going on behind the scenes. No matter what the motivations were for releasing this recording, it's good to know that Datan is not siding with the Tal Shiar. We should probably submit this recording to headquarters, I think. There are a lot of things that need to be done, and not enough hands to do the work. My job is to organize volunteers, so grab a spanner or collect reports and volunteer already. You might even get a fancy uniform. You might even get that fancy uniform a little dusty. Dirty work is honest work. Okay, kids, have fun there. Tedious work. Alright, one more thing. Thank you to Hardmaster. I know this may not seem like much, but everything you can do contributes to Mol Rihan. As the Klingons say, the first city wasn't built in a day. Alright, while we're here, gonna head up the stairwell and do another cutscene. I assume you're here to attend the meeting with the Tan? Yes, I am.
I'm grateful for all you've done for our colony. We wouldn't be as far along as we are without your assistance. That's why I wanted you here today, to hear for yourself some of what we found. Doctor?
What we found in our archaeological surveys is that the planet was populated long before our people arrived after the Sundering. We've discovered multiple ruins from that time period that correspond to the few historical records we still have. Most of our data from that era was lost with the homeworld.
And the sword?
I'm ready to confirm that the blade found at the battle site is the sword of the Raptor Star. We don't have a visual record of the sword, but the one we have matches written accounts, and a quantum analysis shows signs of masterwork. Something like this could have only been made by Saharian.
We were right to come here. The sword will become a symbol of our reborn civilization. You were saying there was an earlier culture. What do you know about them?
The oldest ruins we found are approximately 150,000 years old, but I suspect that there may be some even older, based on preliminary findings that are still being analyzed. These people were quite advanced. While the oldest ruins show a culture that was defined by its devotion to a series of deities, later they developed technology, art, even spaceflight. Roughly 150,000 years ago, however, there was some sort of worldwide seismic event. Every volcano on the planet erupted, presumably blocking out the sun. Ambient temperatures dropped dramatically. The radiation count spiked. We're still repairing that damage. The survivors of this cataclysm retreated to caves in the warmest areas of the planet, but they died out soon afterward.
And what caused this event?
We're still working on that. We have found a new site deep underground near an active volcano, but there are massive power spikes unrelated to the magma flow. If there is a source of the seismic instability, it should be there. We would have to send down a team to investigate, though, and it is quite dangerous. I wouldn't send anyone down without an environmental suit. I could go myself, but...
I'm not ready to authorize you to do that, Doctor. Our people have too few scientists left. You and your crew are better equipped and trained for something like this. I know I'm asking a great deal, especially after all the help you've given us already. But your being here shows that my people and yours don't have to be adversaries. Not anymore. Not all Romulans think cooperation like this is possible. I do. Are you willing to see it through to the end?
Looks like it's up to us, sir. We should prepare a full away team for this assignment. I should also note that we've been given permission to view the security footage from that presentation. Just return to this location and ask one of the security officers. Can we file a report on these findings? What do you think? Alright, gonna do one more mission. Lieutenant Tanaga is in the warehouse contacting me. The county is having supply issues. The source of them may be a Ferengi contractor they hired to manage the supply lines. Of course it is. Never trust a Ferengi, people. We think having a neutral party like that would help diffuse conflict. Would you be willing to sort this out? Alright, sounds good, Nico. After I finish this mission, I'll be heading to GTA. Not gonna be streaming, though. Jolan True, Dahar Master. We appreciate your taking an interest in our affairs. Right now we're having a supply problem. The Ferengi trader here named Madren, who seems quite capable of making a profit, but less capable of keeping accurate track of our shipments. I tried talking to him, but he seems to treat any conversation as a type of negotiation. I'm hesitant to escalate this problem to Datan's attention. Kyler suggested we use a third party to help us work out a solution. Would you be willing to speak to him on our behalf? Maybe you can get through to him. Of course, I'll let you know what we find out. I'm down to play GTA if you were to stream it. Yeah, I don't really quite know just yet. Because later on today I'm supposed to be finishing out a heist. There's the fat Ferengi.
You again? Last time I saw you, I had a sweet little mining business on Hifar, and some information brokering on the side. Now, all of that's gone. The mine, the intel, everything. I'm lucky I still have a tooth sharp enough. Get out before I call security.
Sounds good, Nico. We come to talk to you about some irregularities with your supply manifests.
Let me guess. Lieutenant Tenanga's complaining again. I stand by my paperwork and my inventory. It's not my fault if the Romulans can't count. They don't have the lobes for business. Look, you can review the cargo manifests yourself and match them to the supplies in the crates. But I'm sure a big, important officer in the Klingon Defense Force like yourself has more important things to do. If you want to bother with it, though, knock yourself out. The terminals in the warehouse have the manifests, and the crates are nearby. I'd help you check, but I have real work to do. Oh, and don't mind the Orions. They're subcontractors working for me. Lots of willing hands to help, if you know what I mean.
I'll do that. Old uniforms, why would anyone keep these in a box marked River Pig Chow? Captain Manifest says this crate is supposed to contain industrial energy cells, but all I see are some self-sealing stem bolts. According to the manifest, it's supposed to be a 3-month supply of supplies. The science team's working in the Atoloi, but half these boxes are empty. Acknowledged. Who made up these manifests? This isn't entertainment supplies, it's scrap hull plating from old shuttles. This isn't dilithium ore, these manifests are completely wrong. This crate is supposed to contain construction supplies, but it's empty. Alright, now time to go confront Madron. Kick his ass.
So, you check the manifests and the crates, and they don't match up. I knew I should have gone with you. Then I could have explained that the more valuable supplies are in a secure storage unit. You can't be too careful, you know. Someone might be trying to steal something. Here, let me open the secure area for you. It's at the far end of the warehouse.
For your sake, I hope you're telling the truth.
Flanking damage detected. Enemy combatants in close proximity. Shield losing power. Personal shield losing power. Personal shield losing power.
Alright, Nico. I'll check you later. Alright, that's the end of this stream, and I'll check y'all next time.